boys and girls, welcome to this Totally Fly show where we tell all of you why you should love Jesus and why he loves you.
That's right. He's Noah, and I'm Benny Boy, and today we're gonna tell all of you about this really cool guy named Saint Martin of Tours, who basically taught all of us Westerners what it means to be a monk. Wow! Sup, home skillet. My name is Sulpicius Severus, and I'm here at the monastery of Saint Martin of Tours, where I hope to learn enough substantive information to write a biography. So Martin, let's talk about your early life.
Well, I was born in 316 to the son of a veteran. I didn't like him very much, but he did steer me into going into the army.
I've heard a lot about this story where you cut off a part of your cloak and give it to a person in poverty. Is this true?
Well, I can neither confirm nor deny that claim, but I did leave the military as a conscientious objector afterwards.
Has that ever happened before?
No, I was the first recorded conscientious objector.
Wow. So where did you go after that?
Well, the first thing I did was I moved to Germany, but they tried to send me to jail because apparently it's not okay to just up and leave the army. So I went back to the army and told them that I would rather go into the battlefield unarmed. And they were totally fine with that. So I was getting ready to go to battle, and then the other side signed a peace treaty, so it didn't really matter anyway.
My sources tell me that you then went on to start studying at the church. Can you tell us a little about that?
Well, I went to Tours to study under a bishop named Hilary of Poitiers. But then he was declared a heretic, really quickly, so I went to Italy instead.
I have some debatable information regarding your trip to Italy. Some accounts dictate you leading random highwaymen to Christ, while others say that you literally confronted the devil himself. Can you shed some light on these accounts?
No comment.
Oh, okay. Moving on. How was your time in Italy?
Oh, that was great. I learned a lot there, and once I felt like I'd studied enough, I actually converted my mother to Christianity. Once I realized that I had the power to convert someone, I decided to commit myself entirely to the church and the defense of its beliefs.
Wow, so how did that go for you?
Oh, really bad. Really, really bad. I tried to argue with the Arians, and they got so violent that I decided to go live as a hermit instead.
Okay. What about after that?
Well, first of all, my master Hilary was allowed back into the church, and that was great because he actually gave me some land and let me start my own church in Tours. There I evangelized a lot, and I got really good at it too. And then I became the bishop.
Hey, that's pretty cool. What made you want to become the bishop?
Literally nothing. Nothing. I did not want the position at all. I tried to run, I tried to hide. It was never enough. Instead, I just caved, and here we are.
Man, that really sucks.
You're darn right it sucks. I tried to live as a hermit, but no! Society insists that you follow their rules and do what they say. All I wanted to do was be happy and live my own life. They forced me to be the bishop.
Oh. Well, what have you been up to since then?
Oh, I have a lot of hobbies. I like to sew and swim. I recently took up golfing, and I also go to the Coliseum from time to time.
No, I meant, what have you been up to in the church?
Oh. Well, I set up a few places, religious districts that the nerds call parishes, and that was pretty cool. But what I really wanted was to live with my followers in a monastery.
And what makes the monastery special to you?
Well, you see, there really weren't any monks out here before me. I was the first. People actually tell me that I'm super influential because I started monasticism out here. I like to know how important I am.
Yeah, you've really built a following. At this point, monks are popping up left and right trying to follow your example. And you've also established several churches in this area. It's actually quite impressive how much you've been able to do in your lifetime.
Yeah, thanks. I really try to evangelize even when I'm not in the monastery. I work hard, and I think that my fellow monks really respect that.
And you're certainly doing a good job of that.
Thanks, friend. I appreciate the encouragement.
So, does that bring us up to today?
Yeah, more or less.
Wow, that was sure substantive and interesting. I should also mention that at this point in time, Martin is old and in deteriorating health and is most likely to die this year in 397.
Wait, what?
Man, that was quite the interview. Now, I'm off to speak with the townspeople to see how Marty's story has influenced society since the start of monasticism and how their Christian lives have been affected. Ma'am, what are your opinions on Martin of Tours?
I don't have any.
You don't have any? Cool. Sir, what are your opinions on Saint Martin of Tours?
I think he's a great guy who really helped out Christianity in the long run. I think it's pretty cool.
Alright, we have what we need. Let's go. Sir, what are your opinions on Saint Martin of Tours?
Is that a person?
Yes.
Okay, he seems nice. I would vote for him.
Excuse me. Sir, what are your opinions on Saint Martin of Tours?
You know, he's a pretty cool guy. I admire what he did to fight heresy. But see, I don't understand a lot of it because where I come from, we don't have heresy. We just shoot people, you know. There's a lot of... They have this weird infatuation with public discussion and freedom of speech. Where I come from, my great country, we just shoot people.
Oh, we can't. Never mind. Excuse me, sir. What are your opinions on Saint Martin of Tours?
Who?
Martin of Tours.
Who's that?
He's a guy.
Who?
Martin. Excuse me. What are your opinions on Saint Martin of Tours?
St. Martin of Tours?
Yes.
I've heard good things about St. Martin of Tours.
You may know him as Marty
Who?
of Tours.
What tour?
What are your opinions on Saint Martin of Tours?
Give me this. He's a bicyclist.
Yes. What are your thoughts?
Ow.
Wow, that was very informative. I had no idea Marty was one of the first non-martyr Christians to be revered as a saint. I was also very impressed that he had so many churches named after him.
Well, that was sure an interesting video, huh, kids? Martin taught us all a valuable lesson about how we should always stick to our faith to the bitter end. Martin was someone we should all strive to be someday. Martin was always willing to help the poor, even when he didn't really want to. He even became the bishop because the other people wanted him to. Martin was always helping other people, and he did his job really well. He was actually so cool that he earned himself a holiday. On November 11th, many Europeans celebrate Martin's Day, Martinmas, or Old Hallows Eve. They're all the same celebration of this cool guy and all of the stuff he did for the church. Martin is a real hero of his time, and you should want to be like him too.
Boy oh boy, I sure learned a lot from old Marty here. His story basically started the monasticism movement in the West on his own, and paved the way towards a more involved and deeper form of Christianity. He was actually so good at his job that many churches have been dedicated to him. Marty showed us all how to treat the poor and hungry, and I feel like I have received a new understanding of Christianity as a whole. Remember, kids, Jesus loves all of us, unless you do drugs.
Well, Ben, I think our work here is done. Let's bounce.